Ah, what's up, gamers? Welcome back to Impossible Game Challenges Daily. You can really hear the AC going in the background, huh? So, I have discovered, I say discovered, brand new tech. So, hang on, this is very loud now. Turn that down. And then turn that down here as well. That's more like it. So, it's still kind of loud. Let's do one more. There, that'll do. So, this level, I was very confident last time that this took 3 welders because we don't have rotators unlocked yet. Ooh. We do have rotators unlocked yet. Well, that's interesting. We didn't have them unlocked at the time. And so therefore, I had to use 2 to do this and 2 to do this. But you don't have to do that. Because I found a 2 solve by putting the welders on the belts. And then having the welders wibble wobble back and forth like this. And it looks super broken. But this does work. So I have it timed so that this one will fall, get welded, and then continue on. So the benefit of this setup is that when this welder's on the left, like right here, this position welds these 2, and then that position welds the other 2, and then off they go. So you can move the welders, which is massive. Let's get out of here. So that means, first of all, I need to update my welder count notes here, because we've actually beaten World 1 with 8 welders. So I put together this one. We remember this level. At least I do. I used 4 welders here. This is excess. This is ridiculous. This is so many welders. So I've made a new solution that looks a lot worse, but uses only 2 welders. One is right here, and then one is right here on this movable beam thing. And so what this does, I'll just play it, is I assemble the plus sign shape out of these little guys, and then this thing goes in a circle around it, welding them all together, and then it lets it on through. So that's the big tech that I've invented, is mobile welders. So I am absolutely certain that using this tech, I can make a solution for. No, we already did this one for cargo up for small excavator, because this one. Oh yeah, so I can go ahead and update welder count. I've knocked 3 down to only 2 welders. I am certain that we can get this one down to only 3 from 4. So, I've been thinking about this a lot. 2, 3, 4. So this shape, we need 10 blocks total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then make this one that. Then pistons 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think this might be one too many. 8, 9. Yeah, this one goes away. I feel like this game is like darker to look at today. I don't know. Maybe I'm losing my eyesight. Sensor here. We wire all these up from the bottom, but also when that one triggers, there's a T flip-flop back here and it activates it. And when there's a block on this side, oh, I'm a little bit trapped here. Okay, yeah, move the sensor to here. And then up and over roots. Ah, okay, so I need to connect this up from two sides. Okay, so move this all back by one. That'll be fine. And then over here, move this. That was already the way I wanted it. Connect that. Make the flip-flop. So that needs to power that one. Should be a sensor here. Powers that. Well, no, other way around. This should go there. And we'll figure out what unpowers it later. So, what this does is it let in 10 blocks. 8, 9, 10. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then it keeps the arm extended. So, no more blocks can come in until we're done with all this mess. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to go into the crusher. The other 4 will come this way. So there we go, we got that. Now, bring them out here so that there's room to work. These want to go on the same path. Which one gets there first? Those do. And I could actually add a little bit of a wibble to this one to make it take just a little bit longer. So I have a little bit more time to work. That'll be good for now, and then if I need more time later, we can do that. So there we go. There's 4. There's the other 6. Okay, sick. Let's bring it way out. And then here we go. We still need 3 welders. 2 up top. And then 1 down below. And let's see. Put that there. Ooh, actually that's a problem. But that'll work. And then an extra 1 there. And then put blocks under it. That means the whole thing needs to move up again. Block there, block there. So, that, yep, so that'll fall and land on there, which is what we want. Does it stick to a piston if I put a piston here? It does. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. So these guys come in. I've got it 1 block too high, it looks like. So, yeah, so make that a block. Perfect. And then, so, there should be a conveyor belt. Let's connect that up. So that'll move the long beams. But now it's making too long of these things. So we will have a piston with the conveyor attached. No, wait. Do this. Piston there. Belt that's going to go here, but it's actually going to be here because there's a piston behind it. So the piston's holding the belt. What do you connect to? Also, no, I can still get these in. I think. Oh, maybe it makes more sense to actually do this on the other side though, because it'll be less congested. So, belt, piston, and then you can put one here. There, that'll work. So that'll help the pieces move over these guys. Now, how do I activate this piston? I think as soon as one is here, right? So, right here, that should activate a T flip-flop that powers this piston. So we'll build that like over here somewhere. There's the piston. And then here's the other one. And then as long as there's a block here, this should stay extended, right? Oh, all this is going to fall because I haven't supported it. Don't support it with conveyor belts because that doesn't work. Okay, that's almost there. And then there. So here comes the long beam. And then that goes that way. That activates the little remover. Okay, okay. So this is good. This is good. This is in the way. We can work around that though if we just like hook it up from the bottom and then get rid of this bridge. So now it's hooked up through that wire, so this still won't fall, so we're good. Extend this path a lot. Once they get to like here, here because it's convenient. No, actually, here's convenient. This can be to reactivate that. Long beam, side piece, nice. Let's put one more belt, a block, then another belt. This will be for separating the two long pieces. Getting close to the edge there. Okay, perfect. So, this one needs to come this way. Now, that goes on the bottom beneath the long beam. So we might need to delay the long beam. Long beam needs to rotate. Which way does that put you? Okay, that's good. It's about what we want. Then, let's see. You come out here, go this way. Which tile does that grab? The first or last? I kind of want it in the middle. So we'll add blocks there. Perfect. Why are they both coming this way? Only one of them should come this way. Oh, okay. These need to be blocks. So here this comes. That will then extend this out a little bit more. so that I can then put a block here and a conveyor belt there. This will bring the long beam onto this track, but I want the short beam in first, so we need to delay it a lot. The best way to do that, I think, is going to be with a piston. Let's say here. And that one will be active. Oh, this is getting a little clustered. There. And then we put one here. One there. Put a floor under it. So that will, I want that to start with it shut. So that, and then I'll need to activate that one somehow. What will shut it? Maybe this one can. Does that work? Alright, so now that's blocked. And we want that dude reaching there to unblock it. So we'll add a sensor here, which activates that one. Oh, hang on, that's no, yeah, that's gonna block him. This needs to go wide. I think that works. So then that unblocks it, lets that guy through. Awesome. So now, actually, this doesn't even need to be that far out. It can go like here. That releases that. Oh, that was pretty well timed. If I put a block here, yeah, so that shoves it over. How does this one? Oh, I know, we're good. Okay, so we actually want to replace, let's see, punch that back one, bring it down here. These with a piston. And I want that piston to start extended and then destend. So there. Because we want to have a track like this. And that is how we're going to weld them. Let's see. So, if that's the case, we could put one here. And then I would need a piston. We can get rid of that. Here. That will push the welder onto the path. Ooh, but then I can't get it back onto that spot. Now I can. Yeah, we just truck it in this way. That'll work. Leave that alone for now. How does this one work? So this needs to start extended. So that's extended. And then we need to have a catching platform here for it. And then that has not worked. Why didn't that work? because I made it slightly too short. Okay, move the sensor to here. That comes through. That parks on the piston. Ah! See, the problem is this bar needs to be over 1. We can do that. Put that there. And then just move this piston back 1. That should do it, right? And then I should be able to move the sensor back as well. So there it's stuck. That comes through. Bar moves in. Pushes that. So now I need to make so that this piece doesn't get stuck right there. If I do this, that'll help, but then it'll pull it too far. So I would also need something there. But then that's where the welders go. So this will have to be on a piston. But that builds the structure correctly, so that's good. Now, I think I want the other one in first. But maybe I could sneak it in afterwards. So this needs to be on a piston. Probably easier to put it on this side. And try to put that there. So when does that need to extend? That needs to start. Can I reuse this one? No, I can't, because that needs to, yeah, okay, so build another flip-flop here. That one should start extended. And then destend when necessary. There. So when does it destend? It destends when this dude gets to here. Those are pistons. Bring this over. And then that up. So that'll destend it. Once everything's in place. There we go. So that's all set. Now this block needs to be attached to the ceiling instead of the floor. Because ideally I don't want any floor here. There is! Okay, let me pause this for a second. I will show you the new nightmare tech I learned. So, back on this level, back at the start of the game, there's a black block, a gray block, and a black block. And you need to make this little L shape. And at the time, I didn't have rotators unlocked. I'm actually surprised that it lets me use the rotators. I didn't think it did that. But I was like, okay, well, with no rotators, I have to have one way to make this connection, one to make this. You can't do less than 3. And I was wrong. You can do less than 3. I got it in 2. And the way I did that was this. Put the welders on the belts and move the welders. So what this does is it wibble wobbles the welders back and forth, and it looks super broken. But when they get here, when those two are there, and then so the welders are, this one's on the left, this one's on the left, welds those two, and then now they're both on the right, it welds these two. Boom. So you can do it in 2 welders. So I've updated the world 1 count. Yes, this is the worst thing ever. So that's how we beat this level with 2 welders. And then I applied that technology to, was it this one? Hey, welcome. So here's my new solution for the one where you make the plus sign. So what this does, I'm super proud of this. We bring in 5 blocks and then we assemble them into a plus sign right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This extends and gets out of the way. The welders are, there's one right here and there's one here. And this one is on this like beam that moves. So if we run it, the blocks all go in position. When this one goes in position, it hits that sensor, which makes the welder come and circle around the whole plus sign. And so that welds it all together, and then off it goes. So whenever this one ends up next to this one, it does a weld. So I just have it circle around like this. So I've beaten this one in 2 welders now. So that's down from 4 that it did take. I'm also using some tech here that we figured out. So I don't let more blocks in until I'm ready to go. So I just leave. Thank you. I just leave this one extended with one of these flip-flopper things. So there it goes. It's letting him in. And then when it hits this sensor, that extends all of them, but then we leave this one extended so no more can come in. So I got time to do all this shit. And then this thing goes around. I love this. This is so stupid. So I'm trying to apply the same mobile welder technology to this level, which took me 4 welders. I think I can get it in 3. So far, the blocks all come in over here, and then we sort them. Then 6 of them get, thank you! 6 of them get grinded. So there's our long beam. There's the other beams. They go over there. The long beam has to wait in position right here. These guys come around. This one goes through. Long beam comes in. So we're assembling the shape right here. I do need to rotate this one, I notice. But, so you see we're assembling the shape right here next to this conveyor beltway. So the plan is then to shove these welders onto the belt track, send them down the track, they do this weld, we bring them around the back, I'll get the wires out of the way, send them down this side somehow, and then back to this position. So they weld the whole thing together. Then we drop the floor out from under it and bring it to the goal. That's the plan. I've been thinking about how to set this up, so we'll see if I'm anywhere close. We need to rotate this thing twice. Which way does this leave it? Alright, perfect. So keep going. And then can you rotate again here? Or is this in the way? There's a bunch of shit in the way is the problem. That works perfectly. Okay, great. So then this comes in through here. yeah, we don't need the other beam. That's fine. Although you say that actually the thing I was just about to start working on is I need to get the other beam in this slot right here. And then we call in the welder brigade to come weld everything. Yeah, that's the thing. The mobile welder tech opens up so many possibilities in the world of minimum welders. So it's good news, but it's also very frightening that I might be able to do like every level with minimum 3 welders and have to set up some nightmare machine for every single one. Okay, so now we need to get this bar around to the other side there. This is a terrible way to do this, but it'll work. No, come out some more. We're not going to win any speed awards, though. Is that lined up right? Not quite. Okay. Rotate that. Alright, great. So that's right where I want it. And then, let's see. The welders themselves need to go through here. Come around behind this, so let me adjust this wire. I just want to thread this under the welder path. I also need to have some rotators in to rotate the welders. Nice! Yeah, I love this game. This is like one of my favorite games. I really like it. Right here is where we need to send welders through. And then we need to bring them back to the goal there. So the issue with that is that I need a block here to keep the this guy from extending too far. So I can put a piston here. And then I think we hook it to the same thing as that piston's hooked to over there. So come over, come down. I think this works. So that'll be extended until it distends the conveyor belt. So there that goes. That has moved it one tile too far, it looks like. Yeah, okay, so as it pulls the conveyor belt away, it still conveys it one block. That's annoying. I'll figure that out in a second. This mess here, I need this piece to come in and end up here, but it also has to cross over this bar. So I think there's going to be some swapping. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think there's going to be some piece swappages in here. Let's do this. And then that should be one of these. We need to be able to retract that. So there should be a piston here. And then this piece here. Remove that. This here, that's fine. Block that up. Yep, exactly. We get paid in welders, though, is the thing. That's why I have to not. That's why I'm trying to not use them. Is because like that's my paycheck, right? So this one we want to start extended, and then destend when it's time. Oh, I can hook that up to this one probably. So sensor here. We want to. This piston should hook up to this thing, and then I think what I was doing with the other thing with the stopper piston can probably also hook up to that. I think that works. Oh, we do need a way to turn it off though, don't we? So once this beam is in position, that will activate that sensor. So this one is going to hook, is that the one? Yeah. Hook down and under roots. That's not, yeah, that's good. And activate this piston. Oh, that's there. So now that should clear the pathway for the welders once they're all in place. It's gonna take forever because that one's gonna go all the way around the back there. So give it a minute. Here it comes. So it drops down. It's in place. Those retract. So now we have a clear pathway for the welders. So in addition to that, when that sensor activates, it's gonna punch these welders using this piston. So let's see. Is that, which one is that? Why is there a wire here that doesn't go anywhere? Get rid of that. This sensor now needs to connect. Yeah, if I could make him go up and down, it wouldn't quite need to go all the way around the world like that. But I can't do that, so it does. Then we can connect this wire to this piston. So what this will do is when that bar gets in position, it'll punch the welders off of there and onto their little supply track thing. Give it a minute. So that drops in place. Here come the welders. Now they're facing the wrong way. I need to rotate them. And I need to de-extend this piston. Why is this piston extended? This shouldn't be. When did you extend? Oh, you know why? It's because it doesn't ever destend. That's the problem. So I think we can hook that into this same thing that does literally everything else as well. Right? And just that. This'll work. Or is that the wrong piston? That's the wrong one. So, get rid of that. A little bit of a tangle of wires here, but we'll work around it. I think this is the one we want to activate. There. So, now when that guy gets in place, all this other shit's going to deactivate, and it'll be ready for the welders to come through. Alright, so now the welders... I need to rotate the welders twice. But then you see the idea that they go through. It made that weld, so that's halfway. And then it'll return to its location here. I'll need to have it destend that piston. Let's go ahead and fix this so it comes through the right place. There we go. So we need to rotate the welders twice along this little corridor. Let's put one there. Does that... Let me test this out. Which way does this have them end up facing? That's perfect. So keep on going. Alright, there we go. And then another one here should do it. Perfect. Okay, so get rid of this. And then back around here, we also need to rotate them. Which way does it go if I do this? Okay, we need... Actually, that's fine. We can work with that. There we go. And then the same thing with this one. Yeah, there we go. So that'll rotate the welders around. Then we need a sensor. Let's use this spot. So this sensor should deactivate this. So it needs to connect to God knows what. Oh, no, you know what it needs to do? The reason that that is still extended is because the piece is still in place. So now I want to drop the piece out from the bottom. So this piston will be extended. This piston will be extended. And then one right here. We can get rid of these. Now what all falls when I do that? Just that one piston, that's fine. So, let's actually put you back there. No, that's fine. These three pistons need to be extended and then unextend after the welder finishes its journey. So we'll make a flip-flop here. And put block there. And put a sensor. So as long as the block is... Let's put it on this side. As long as the block... Oh, actually we should go under. And there we go. So that should have them all extend. Good. When the welders activate this sensor, it will... okay, well, I don't want those connected, so undo that. It will deactivate that and drop this whole contraption. It'll drop the whole construction out the bottom. I think. We gotta wait for this one to come in. There it is. Here come the welders. Rotate. Rotate again. Weld that. Alright, there they go. And then they weld that side. Then when they hit the sensor, that drops the pistons and then the whole structure drops. Is this the right structure? 4 beam, 3, 3. I think we're good. So that drops there. And now the welders are back where they need to go. So I just need to get this to the goal and then reset everything. And we've got it. Alright, so we can put one right here. And then just load that in. I think we need a beam here. Oh, and then this should be a sensor, actually. So I think this will succeed. I think this will successfully make one of these pieces. I love this one. That takes so long for no reason. Like, it does not need to go all the way around the world. But, and there go the welders. Drop this. That grabs it. And, okay, we've made the piece successfully. Now I just need to reset all the things that need to be reset. So that one looks like it doesn't have a reset yet. So let's reset it. What other ones don't have a reset? This one doesn't. So let's add a reset to it. What else is not going to get reset? This one doesn't have anything reset. Probably I could combine some of these, but I don't care enough to. Is that everything? This one has a reset already, it looks like. Let me try that. Does that reset everything? You're absolutely. This is like such a not the right way to play this game, but it's really interesting. And yes, the cables. I think it'd be great if you could like color code the wires so that you could keep track of what goes to what. But you're not meant to be doing this at all. So, alright, so we drop that out. Like in Minecraft, you know, when you make like redstone lines, you can put them on like different colors of wool. Oh, we forgot to. I forgot to reset one of them, and it's this one back here that lets more pieces in. So let's we can actually hook this up to this one. I think that'll be fine. But like in Minecraft, you know, if you make like a redstone line, you can like put it on different colors of wool, you know, or whatever, and you got like 16 different colors stuff to keep track of, and you could use like other stuff too. So like, but these are just all orange, and then they're just orange because they're not meant, I don't think, to be doing complex nonsense like this crap I'm doing now. They're meant to be like hook the sensor up to a couple of pistons at the same time. So let's see, drop that. That lets more in. Will it have reset correctly? There's a beam. There's the other guys. They're coming around. That pushes that in place. Ah, okay. These guys did not get reset. So I made not the right thing. Let's fix that. So that is this one here. That needs to connect to this beam. Yeah, that is absolutely. I love this game. But yeah, it would be so annoying if I had to like keep all this shit like powered or something. Like they just do their thing. It's all good. Yeah, that's this loop is so ridiculous. Oh, is it not working now? How did I break it? Why is that still extend? I've crossed a wire somewhere. This is oh, it's just right here. Problem solved. But yeah, I'm really excited to see like how high I can, because like you've seen, the three things that the game keeps track of optimizing, the min welders is good for none of those things. So there, that's one piece made. Drop it. Did that reset correctly? Send that around. Loot the do. There is an achievement for spending like an absurdly long time to make a single piece. We're getting pretty close to that. I fucking love how the okay, we made a second piece. I think we're good. I love how the welder just comes in and goes around it. That looks exactly as cool as I thought it was going to. This might take a while to make 10 of them though. Look at it go! This is great! But yeah, so this is how the mobile welders meta has ruined the min welders challenge. Oh, it's gonna be like 2,000 plus cycles. Unfortunately, because I have the other solution that was faster. Yeah, like the game had a single level that encourages you to minimize welders. Like, it's one of the easiest levels. It's like one of the first ones, And I'm like, what if we do that all the time? And the game's like, no, stop. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? I love the little... You know what this reminds me of? The little track that the welders go on? Have you ever seen one of those like stores or something, or like that'll have like a model train set like in the like at the ceiling, and the train will be going around the roof of the building? Have you ever seen that? That's what this little track reminds me of. It's a little model train going around. There's one store that I used to go to forever ago that had something like that, and there's one like museum gift shop that has one of those that I've been to. Just like a little model train railway thing, like on the ceiling, and that's what this well gives me vibes of how it just sometimes comes out and goes. Whoop. I love this. Yeah. Like, also, like, making this game, there was no reason to, like, make it so that welders and shit could go on the conveyor belts. Like, you would never use that in normal gameplay. But he did make it so that they do that. Like, this is so much more complicated than it's supposed to be. We did it! So my cycle score was a little bit worse than the previous. By about 5 times as much. And I used 5 times as many blocks also. So it's a pretty good solution. But this means that we can update the welder count for World 3 down to 22233. Thank you. So this one was also 3. You remember this from yesterday. This fucking nightmare. I love this thing as well. And I believe 3 is also the optimal here, because as we've discussed, whenever you have to make vertical and horizontal connections, you have to have at least 3. So I think that we have finished World 3 optimally. Exactly, yeah. It's like those low percent speedruns where the run takes 5 hours longer, but you pick up 1 less rupee or whatever. So if it's 22233, that is... What's that, 12 welders? So I'm just going to roll that into World 3 as 12 welders. All right. Let's see what they think. Yeah, we could do that. Actually, I'm glad you said that, because I kind of want to go to the bathroom anyway. So let's just park right here and let's just enjoy this thing. I'll be right back. I love watching the factories in this. I mean, I love like just about every part of this game. Like, just watching them go is great, and then it's like that model train set kind of thing where you just like kind of watch it do its thing. I'm so happy that plan with the mobile welders paid off, because I was genuinely thinking about that like all night. Like, what if I had a little track for the welders to go around on? Yeah, those guys are gone. Yeah, I like the stacks because it looks like it ought to be in the void, but it's not quite in the void. So we're just making these giant stacks of boxes. I was like, okay, what if I had a little like path for the welders to go on? I was like, wait, no, that wouldn't work, because how do I get the blocks in position to have the welders go past them? It's like, well, wait, what if I use pistons to retract the conveyor belts so that the welders can fit? It's like, oh my god, this is a disaster. Also, the cycle score on these is so funny. It's like, how did you take that many cycles to do like level 3? How did it take you 2,000 cycles? It's like, oh, well, because I made a mobile welder factory. Look at this over here. Look how many boxes there are. We've wasted so many boxes. What are these even standing on? Oh, I died. Well, I think that's a fair way to to run this thing. What are those boxes on? Are they just on the death plane? How many more do we need? We need 3 more. This thing is so slow. I love this. Yeah, I'm getting smarter about it, right? Because now I figured out the yeah, I figured out the tech where you block the entrance with a piston arm, right? But I like that I didn't use that much. Like, okay, I used a lot more footprint than my friend here, but I didn't use like that much. Like, I didn't use 1,000 more, and I made all this mess. But I figured out now that the tech where you block the entrance with a piston or whatever, right? And so, oh, also, which was the one that you beat me on by 1 cycle? That was funny. I mean, you both kicked my ass on this one. No, there was one you sent me that you beat me by exactly like 1 point on. Anyway, let's see what they think of our let's see what they think of the Nightmare Factory. We got a hat. Alright, who's ready for World 4? Making a terminal display reclamation. I don't either, but yeah, congratulations. I'm glad you're liking the game. So, interesting thing about these levels, and that does spell some trouble for our challenge, is that they are in these buildings. So you have a lot less space to work with than we have had. Like, you see, like, all the windows are filled in. So I can't just make giant fucking monster factories that spill over, like, 3 different countries, you know? This one, though, I think we're okay. No, we're definitely not okay. No, we are okay. So, this level introduces the Eviscerator, which is an exciting block to have. I'm going to swap the rotator for it. So what it wants us to do is have fun eating. To take these guys and eviscerate the shit out of them. So, let's see. Let's, actually, I want the rotator back. Give me that. I'm going to swap welders. I'm going to swap out the welders. We don't actually need to weld in this level. Once we unlock things that can let us move up and down, yeah, I have so... Once we can move blocks up and down as well, the mobile welder tech is going to go fucking insane. Like, once you have the ability to move blocks vertically and horizontally, I can't think of a reason that you wouldn't be able to beat every level with just 2 welders. It would just be a nightmare setting it up. So, let's see. We want to get just 1 monitor. These guys have a bunch of monitors, so let's eviscerate them. That should work, right? What happens if I do this? Oh, right, those aren't connected to nothing. Okay, so see, this doesn't work because once I eviscerate them, they just fall down and land on the eviscerator. Yes! I am thinking that it makes the most sense to me for the challenge to be to, like, what am I trying to say? how well can you do using the blocks you have access to at the time? So I don't think it would make sense to go back and optimize that previous one even more. Oh, wait, hang on, no. That's the one thing I don't want to break. Once I once I unlock the new things. However, that might just be me not wanting to do more work. So, you know, perhaps that's fine. And we should revisit levels. I'm not sure. So this should eviscerate the shit out of this whole thing. Great. And then come back here. I think this works. Oh, I didn't make a full path to the thing. That'll... There we go. Get eviscerated. Alright, so that's no welders on the first level. Pretty good. Let's do shuttle maintenance. But yeah, what do you think? Should I, like, once I unlock new parts, should I back up and re-optimize the old levels? Or just leave them alone? Because I'm kind of thinking that it's... I could see both ways, you know? Like, you can go back and optimize for footprint and stuff without the extra tools. But it just feels more right to me somehow to have to make use of the tools you have at the time. So, the gimmick with this level is that these guys will spawn... Hang on just a second. What am I talking about? These guys spawn over here and will move on these tracks straight into the goal. Yeah, that's exactly it. Maybe we play through the game, and if I'm still got an Infinifactory itch, then we can. So the first thing to do here is to eviscerate the absolute shit out of these wings. That gets rid of those. Now is the tough part, is that we need to put new wings back on. The wings come from here. So, hey, we're playing Infinifactory. I'm doing a really fucking stupid challenge in it. Let's use our tech that we've learned to put a blocker here. So, and we'll do a sensor there. So once, let's and then sensor here, and then that there. I'm sorry. I was up at 3 last night. I couldn't sleep for some reason. But I hope you feel better. Okay, so I've done this too early. We need to actually put it maybe more like here. So this comes in, that activates that blocks off the next one. So now he can't go. So now we have all the time in the world to line up this thing. I will have fun. I hope you get to sleep. Have a good one. This thing here we need to bring out, and we need to drop 3 of them in position and 3 of them in the position in the other place. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do this. I'm still feeling it out at the moment. I'm still winging it, but you got to make the start before you can build the perfect solution. So that's what I was doing last night. I was like, I can't sleep. I have to minimize these welders. It was ridiculous. I want to build another flip-flop. We can build it like on the side of this thing. Let's just put it here. I have no welders and I must scream. So that should hook up to this. Okay, so there we go. And then we'll put a sensor here. And this sensor will hook around this way. Don't connect those, that's not right. And I want to use that one to keep this one open. There, so after 6 of these come in, that one stays locked. Right? It's subtle, but it's like, I don't know, Minecraft says that the build should be this one and the destroy should be that one. And who am I to complain? And the answer is Infinifactory is the one that says you should complain. Because you're going to fuck it up every time. Okay, now I want to block the car with a piston. We'll do a T flip-flop here. Ooh, yeah, we can do it on the wall, that's fine. Put a belt here, put a block to dump it in. But it should be more like... I put it in that window. Yeah, that's what we're doing is 2 of 3. See, so 3 are going to go here, 3 are going to go there. And we got 2 separate batches of 3. This piston, hook it up underneath. So that's going to be extended, and that's going to block the shuttle. Oh, but I dumped a bunch of blocks into the goal, so that's not what we wanted to do. Whoop. So where are you actually going to stop? That's pretty good. Actually, maybe we actually want to stop it even closer to the goal here. I had a scheme for min weld. What I want to do is, okay, basically my thought is I'm going to assemble every piece in place and then do like with the plus sign and just try and just glide the welder all over the top of the thing and just mush everything together. So that guy ends up right there. The jets go... Yeah, we'll see if it's a good idea or if it's as stupid as it sounds. I think the jets go there. Yes. Yes, they do. Okay. So, I actually don't quite want... No, this works, because what I can do is bring it around back here, rotate that, drop it there, put belt there. Yeah, I'll need to figure out what order the welders need to do their thing in. This will build the little wings. So there, now we have the wings, and we have the thing in place. Now I just need to rub the welder all over the top. So that's going to be... I've lost my welders. It's my most prized possession, and I've lost them. Let's get rid of the top sensor. Go away. And we want the top ways welder. So. Because we want to go this way to put the wings on. And we want to go the other way to put the belts on. I'm thinking if I have a little thing sticking out the side like this. Ooh, it's trying to storm. Then perhaps I could do something like... Oh, getting them around the front. No, that'll work, because I can put the rotator here. Yeah, that rotates the wrong way. Yeah, I think we're thinking the same thing. So that rotates that way, and then we want to go this way. skip those two. Bring this down this way. Oh, let me support that. So the welder platform needs to be at least 3 long so that it can make that jump. That doesn't work. Oh, yeah! Okay, I definitely see what you're saying. I think this will work as well. Unless I lose power. But yeah, so we have the welders way up. So like it'd be more like I should go build the car over here so I have room above to dick around with it. So this, how come that didn't spin? I need you to spin. I think there needs to be a pillar here. Oh no, that still pushed it over. What about if there's one here? There we go. That'll put the wings on. I think it'll miss the, it won't connect the wings to the body, though, is the problem. But we can make it if we just bring this in a little bit. So move this to here. Move those two there. That one there. Which way are you? Are left arrow, so put that there. That pillar goes there. You're that. This goes here. Why did that not work this time? Am I stupid? How is this different? Was this in the corner? Yeah, I think I put the wrong turn. Yeah, okay, that's a classic ID 10T error right there. So, those two are with the left arrow. So put another left arrow here and here. What does this do? Okay, that's good. I can then put a conveyor here. And then one here. Does this work? That puts it one too far out, though. What if I do this? No, that makes it just wibble wobble. And I just need to put a piston in to make it... I think, there, this works, right? So that's welded those guys together. That's welded these guys together. Did that weld the two to the wall? No, because it's putting the welders on the outside of the turn instead of the inside. So this one's turning the wrong way. It needs to be this turn. But then that pushes it one off to the edge. What if we put a bar here? And then we put a belt here. Yeah, I need all of them to turn the opposite direction. So then that puts it to there. And that at the back is fine because it's not going to do anything anyway. So let's make sure that this actually, this should weld everything. So it comes through here. It's welded these together. It has welded that to the main body there. Okay. Problem, and then you predicted this, is that this belt and this belt are now in the way and it won't be able to go forwards. So if I had done like you said and built everything a little higher, then I wouldn't be having that issue. And like dragged it around from the top like you were saying. What if I get rid of these? But I can't, those won't be easy to piston in because these guys are in the way. Can I add another block to the tail end of this thing? Oh, it doesn't quite reach, does it? I could piston in the whole assembly, that's true. Does it work to just make it really long? Look at that. That works. Look at it go. I don't even need these two belts at the back. Get rid of those. I think actually I don't need the piston. I don't need these pillars at the front either, do I? No, I do because of the wall. Okay. Put those back on. Wait, look at this. So, and then that welds all that together. Oh, did it miss this spot right here? Yeah, it misses that because it turns too early. Okay, gotcha. If I move the welder, does that do it? That'll miss part of this. Oh, wow, this is so much fun. But yeah, okay, that doesn't quite work. Because it misses the connection from those guys on the left. Like, it gets all them together. And it gets them together. And it puts these two together. But it doesn't put this to this because the way the welders go, it just misses it. I think I need a delay when it turns. Yep. The welder rotator almost works. It gets every weld except for one. And I'm trying to fix this design rather than having to build a brand new one. If it were to go one block further forward. Yeah, okay, we can do that actually. So replace this with one of these. That pulls it forward one. Then put a rotator. That's a right arrow rotator. Yeah, the length is a blessing and a curse, ain't it? And then get rid of these. No, keep the rotator. Yeah, exactly. The end's hitting the rotator too early. I think this works except for this belt. And maybe it'll just ignore it. No, it shoved it backwards. We can fix shove it backwards, I believe. So, right here. So at the spot here, where this is, that's where it needs to have a block. Right here. Oh, but now it can't rotate here. Ah. Also, it misses everything, so that's a problem too. So we actually wanted to get rid of that. We actually wanted it to go forwards. Why is it doing that now? So this needs a belt here to push it forwards. Yeah, probably just shoving it back in with a piston is going to be the play. Like when it does that turn, then have a piston extend right here. That keeps it from doing that. I think right here will do it. Yeah. Does this work? How come I didn't do any of that shit? Why did it act completely differently? Oh, are you in the way? Okay, it doesn't like when I have a sensor next door. Let me get the top-down sensor. Okay, I didn't think that would work, but that's kind of funny. We need a way to pause it in place anyway, so this works. And then put a block in. Oh, well now it's still wibble wobbling though. Because I built this in the wrong place because I'm stupid. Yeah, no, that was I was testing a theory, but really the piston needs to go here. Why did it needs to go here? I'm gonna get there. One of these days I'm gonna actually put the piston in the right place. Crazy but true. Okay, that doesn't work because the wire's in the way. Let me move the wire. There. Okay, so that's where the piston needs to go, is in that spot right there. We can get rid of this other shit. And then we need a way to unpiston the piston. That'll be... I guess right here is good. Can I sneak this through here? Yes, I can. Don't connect to that, though. There, that should... Oh, no, now it just fucks around. We need 2 pistons. We need 2 pistons, because the thing is long enough to need... There, that'll do it. Okay, so here we go. The welder is swoosing around. Now, did this fix the problem? It should, yeah? Okay, so that has fully welded the spaceship. It does, kinda. Now, I just need a way to release the spaceship. Which one of these guys gets in place last? I think that a piston here, that would effectively block it, right? So we could do that. Let's build a flip-flop up here. So we want to start with this piston extended. Yeah, true. So the ship comes in. We load up the welders, or load up the item thingies. Let's see, once... I think I can put a sensor right here and it won't break anything. Because the thing's long enough to touch belts all the way through here. So I think we use this sensor. And then I need to figure out how the hell to get the feed from it. It's gonna have to go like down and under roots, I think. And then get that out of the way. You come around from the back. So I'll have that when that's ready. It'll activate this mess. So this should get everything welded together. That's in there. Activate that. This goes around. Nice. Okay, actually though, this one doesn't need to go to a flip-flop. This can just go straight to the thing, right? Because that one's not going to undo itself. And then this one here that resets the welder also can free the ship, I think. Actually, maybe one right next to it. Yeah. So one right here will... Let's see. No, don't put one there. That'll block things. I'm making a mess. Hang on. Come through here. I want to activate this piston with it. So that should reactivate the welder lock. But it also needs to free the ship. Which one's holding the ship? This one is back here. So we need to connect to this one. So snake that through there. And... there. Perfect. So that should let the ship go, I think. It did not let the ship go. Why not? Oh, because I hooked up to the wrong one, because I'm stupid. Okay. That needs to hook up to this one. So what powers this one then? Because that starts the ship locked, which is good. That's what we want. Then... why is it not unlocking the ship? What are you stuck on? Hang on, actually, am I stupid? What is it stuck on right now? Why isn't this moving? Can you weld it to the belts? Is that a thing you can do? Let's do a little test run. So that's a good thought. That's a good thought. If the welder can weld it to my own shit, that's definitely a problem. I want to have this land on the... perfect. Okay. So we have... first we block the ship off here. And we drop a cube on it. And if I have two welders next to it... yeah, that's definitely possible. That's too high. Weld that. Does this weld it to the thing? Oh, it does! Okay, well that's a problem. We have to make sure our welders don't cross... if I just have a cube here, that doesn't do it, right? Okay, we have to make sure that the welders don't cross over any floating parts. Because if the parts are like physics enabled, because they start loose, then apparently it can weld to them. Which part is it welding to, though? Like, where is it covering? Is it one of you guys? So these come in. We weld those two. It releases the welder. Is this gonna weld? Oh, I think right there. I think right there it welded that to the belt. Okay, that's a problem. Yeah, that's an issue for sure. At this point, I might just rip everything out and start over and make one that specifically keeps the welders on top of the thing. Yeah, I think so. I think so, because then the belts wouldn't be in the way to get welded to, right? That's a good point. I thought it could only weld. Hang on, is what's happening? Is it because? So if you look here, right? You see this welder in the middle. If I do this, will it weld these two belts together? I don't know. I guess the belts have to be activated too, huh? That didn't... Did it do that? Okay, it did. So it welds those two pieces together. Does it do that with anything? Okay. That's fascinating. I've never seen this mechanic before because I've never been moving welders around before. Okay. That's fascinating. Okay. So this mess is all, let's just get rid of all that. Let's do it better. Back here, I liked how we started. I'll have the piston. I'll have the sensor. I'll have a flip-flop. I think we started strong, so I'm going to keep this. This should be on the side. This sensor activates this. The sensor here activates this. I think this is a good start. And then I also liked the eviscerator here and here. That seems like the right way to start. Now, like you said, we want to 3D printer the wings on. So let's stop the car like here in the middle of the floor to give more room to work on it. Let's connect this guy to activate this piston as well. So once that one's free, it'll reopen the gates there. And let's see. So we want, when this car comes in, the thrusters are on. Yeah, okay, the back three. So here, here, and here, and here, here, and here. Yeah. I think I'm getting it. So it's like the two welders would be, and then there's like a long arm like this with like a little platform to belt it around with up here. Like this kind of deal. Yeah, I was thinking about this, as well. I put them one too low. Now obviously they're not gonna move on this setup, but so like this kind of thing. But yeah, so it'd need to be more like with these, so like that, right? So it's like a 3D printing needle kind of thing. But yeah, and then we just run it over some belts up here. I think that's a really good idea. Now over here, I still think that we want to how do we get the planks into position here? Let me check something. If I have a belt going that way, and let me turn off this eviscerator, does that get the ship stuck? I guess it needs to be here, actually. Does that get the ship stuck wibble wobbling? Yeah. What about without the piston? Okay, so, for whatever reason, the forwards ones have priority over the backwards ones. So I think we're good to do this. Yeah, that works. Awesome. So let's put the piston back. So we can drop the cubes in just like we did before. Let's see. So this piston's kind of in the way. We can cart them in from here, though. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the block insertion like really wide, so as to try to leave more room. I'm gonna do the blocks really wide and really low to try to leave more room for the belts. And then this one will come right here. I almost guessed that perfectly. And then these three all drop onto that belt. And then we put some pistons. And we put a sensor. And so that activates all the pistons. And also, this sensor should activate a flip-flop that will then permanently extend that last one. Can I get this in there? Yeah, if I bring it around like this. So that'll put 6 of these guys in, and then shove that, and then that keeps this permanently extended, so we don't keep making more arms. So this is wibble wobbling because it did not keep the. So we need to put these guys back on. Now it won't wibble wobble. At least it shouldn't. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have now made the shape of ship that we want to make. Looks like this one gets there last. So I'll go ahead and just put a sensor there. Because like we're going to need to sense something, right? This will be... We'll use this to activate the... whatever we end up cooking for the top thing. Okay, so once that's in position, this activates. That means we need to... Shape acquired, yeah. So we're basically halfway there. Let's start the 3D printer. I like the 3D printer a lot. Let's start it here. And then we'll move it forwards. So... Put it on a belt. We'll connect the belt to the wall so it doesn't fall down. And then we want a piston here to hold it in place. So that'll be this flip-flop here. Do that. This doesn't work, right? Yeah. There. So as long as that is in place, the 3D printer thing should stand still. Except right at the start, because it's a little slow. Okay, let's move this. You know, it's fine. It'll just cycle around. It'll be all right. So that, moving it 3 forward, will do those guys. Which way can I rotate it? Not that way. Can we work with this? Or does it need to be one longer? Oh, what we can do is add an extra T on the other side here. So that'll swing it around to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's too far. Yep, I think that's a good thought. Is that the one thing is if the belts, I'm worried about being able to connect the belt to the wall so it doesn't fall down. That's not to say that that's a sensible fear. That's what I'm concerned about. So obviously this is now way far away from where we want it, but maybe we can make this work. Oh, that won't turn because this belt's in the way. Ooh! What if I do both of the edges, and then we send the car forward, and then we get it on the way out? Yeah, that's true. Then I need to make sure that the T poses doesn't... Like, right now, This is in perfect position. Oh, okay, but they wouldn't move forward at the same time. No, we need to slide this backwards from here. Am I able to do that? No, because that's in the way. Also, it's annoying. Cut that out. Oh, that doesn't work either. I'm fixing this so it's less irritating. There. And then move the sensor over one. Does that still not stop it? Oh, it's a little too slow. Gotcha. I'll move the belt in a second. So these guys come in. That activates this. That's close. If I can make that go, if I could make this one block further this way, it would do it. Does it need to go that far forwards? No, that's going way farther forwards than it needs to. So I can swap. I can move this back one, and then move this whole shebang back one. You can catch it in the T shape. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I've made it a T, so I can catch it. So we print those, bring that around. Okay, so now we have successfully printed the thruster to the body. Now what? It's actually, I think, still going one block further than it needs to. Right? Because if it was right there, right before it turns, when it hits the turn. So that's those two welded. Welds those two, and then hits the turn. So I can actually make this one block closer still, like this. Bring this mess in closer, but not change this. So what this should do is weld the left side of the ship, but I still have room to move the T, I think. So that's welded that. Oh, but now we can't turn because of the piston. Okay, I see the problem. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I have a good one. I'm probably going to try to do this one and then maybe one more, but I don't know. I don't want to start one and then not finish it, because apparently that means I just think about it. I can't think about anything else, so I want to you know, let's see. Let's put these here. We want it stuck there. But I also want it to be able to turn. I could start it one further back again. Yeah, the double piston's too slow though. Like, if I do this kind of mess, like, you could do a double piston, and then if I do, like, this, it does power the second one, it's just too slow. Thank you. I believe in you as well. I think there's decent odds that you unlock and beat this level before I finish making this nonsense. I think the odds aren't too bad. Oh, don't use eviscerators there. But we can do that. Get rid of this, get rid of those, get rid of those. Now this is all slid one block further backward, so I can put the piston here. Do this. And now do this, turn back. Okay. Yeah, no, that's the two things with this game. Number one, if I start a level and don't finish it, it's gonna drive me nuts trying like to figure out in my head afterwards. And two, I get to a half-baked solution and go, what the hell does any of this do? Both of those are so true. Okay, so this one takes priority. So I want to put a block here. So what this will do is welds those two together. And then if I put one more conveyor here, so check this out. Now it's going to weld the front part of this thruster onto the ship. There it goes, there it goes. Okay, so now I just need to weld these two parts of the thruster to the ship as well. So if this was a left ways rotate, now I want to do a right ways rotate to bring it back to the position it started in. By the way, would you like this game? It's on sale right now. Why can't you turn? What's in your way? Okay, so it does make that turn. Why won't it go the other way? What if I just like... Because I really want... If I can anti-turn it, then it's back to the same state it started in. I don't need to turn it around anymore. Fair enough. Okay, so the reason this won't turn is because it's trying to turn it in and turn it in towards the belt. So if I do this, I think I could catch it here potentially. What if I put a rotato, whoops, right here? So if this is a left ways, a right ways turn, I want a left ways turn. What if I put it here? Like, just what does this do, you know? I'm just spitballing at this point. That doesn't work because it's going to run into this bar. That's why it doesn't like that. If I bring this way instead... Oh, this die didn't do so hot.
Well, that was a pain in the ass. Let's run it again and see what happens. Oh, what the hell? One of the inputs must be jammed. This is bloody ridiculous.
Alright, so now this is this way. Yeah, not doing too hot, I don't think. Does it...
Farther back.
So if we do that... Now it's back to the way around I want it, but...
Was I even pushing the right button?
The T on the T-pose here
Oh no.
is on the wrong side of this bar to get back over to here. So that means, can I support this with one here? Will it be able to make the turn then? No. Okay, that doesn't, it won't turn if it's supported like that. What about like this? Does that work? Nope. Alright, what about like this? Actually, this doesn't work because I need to have it go over this particular spot anyway. So this is a bad plan to begin with. Let's reset all this. Because it needs to sweep over this spot, right? So what we really want is starting here. So that needs to be there. So we need a belt here that it sweeps along, holding from the right side. I guess I should support this. What about a rotato here? So that's to the that way. So put one to the this way. I don't think you can do that turn. Yeah, no, it can't. Because this is in the way, but also because the other conveyor's in the way, I think. Yeah. I think that this weird 3D printer said, I think this is a good idea, right? But it's got some issues, let's say. The main issue being that I'm the one making it. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What if I put an extra block here? Does this do anything? Now it won't turn because this is in the way. Now we don't weld the ship together. What if I do this? Yeah, exactly. Getting it back in position, having a loop around is proving a challenge. So I would like... What about if there's a block here? So this piston catches it and then extends. So swap that around. Okay, so I successfully have it back in the configuration I wanted in. Can I put a belt here? Also, does this still touch all the places I want it to touch? That's the other question. We weld that. Okay, this... That didn't work at all. Okay, so the problem with this is now it doesn't weld the right side. So it gets this one, and then it slides forward one, but it needs to have slide forward another one before it can do that. Oops. So put one there, and then the rotate? Does that work? That won't work, right? And then, okay, so it gets the left side, gets the right side. Okay! Now it won't turn. Why don't you want to turn? Because that's too close to that. This is pretty close, though. Like, it doesn't look like it, because this is a nightmare. But this is pretty close. We've got this block connected to the ship, so I just need to weld these two to it. What can I do here to make that turn? I could keep making this arm longer, but I don't think that's gonna help. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like a losing proposition to just keep making the arm longer. There's one. There's two. So this nightmare of a scenario does... Maybe it's not long enough. Does weld the two thrusters to the ship. Now I need to turn it, though. Okay. I want to actually turn it with a rotator, like, here. I think. Is there any way I can get a rotator, like, here? What does this do? I'm just throwing shit at the wall. Okay, it passed over this and didn't even try. So maybe the other one. So once again, it's passed over. It did not even try to rotate. What if I get rid of one of these blocks and get rid of that? Why is it not trying to rotate there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one works. Yeah, I think it is stuck. Let me get rid of this rotator. We can hear if it's stuck on this one. Yeah, okay, so it clicked. It didn't want to rotate there. Put this back. Oh! Is it this guy? Stop. Replace this. Why doesn't this want to rotate? So it's gonna be stuck on this block here. I can move this block with that piston setup. What else is it stuck on? Yeah, there's a bit of a storm happening. Is this one trying to spin it? So it's trying to spin it this way. Is that right? Is that what we want? It is what we want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the reason this doesn't work is because it's the same reason that it didn't rotate it when it was over here. It's because this piston's in the way. I could move the piston back another block. That shoves it off a cliff. I need to move the T off another block too. So do that. Do that. Yeah, I think the piston block's a good play here. It's just a matter of lining it up just right, you know? So now it doesn't rotate because of this dude. I can fix that by having this be a piston instead, I think. Oh, and it falls because it's not supported. The fact that you have to support blocks, I think, is really cool, and also gets super irritating really fast. Okay, that one didn't work, right? That didn't weld the whole line. Yeah, okay. I am going to tear down most of this stuff and start over on specifically the welder at the top. I think this is a really good idea. Let me just clear this out, and then we'll try again. We'll take it from the top. We'll try again. I like the idea to try having the belts on the inside rather than the outside, but I'm worried about doing that. If we do that, I'm worried about connecting the belts up to anything, because I feel like they would just be floating. Let's see. Can I do it from behind somehow? Like that? It's still got to turn though. Exactly, yeah. Gravity. Let's let this work. I want to just have these blocks floating. So I could have this on like a shelf like this. Why hasn't... That should be moving. Why is that not moving? That falls. Oh, because I connected it to the side. That one. That's the culprit. Belts don't connect from the top. So that is good, probably. Get rid of those. Connect this. Okay, this needs to start one block further back. It'd be good if there was like a multi-select you could do in this. There might be one and I'm just stupid. But if I could, instead of rebuilding the same little structure every time, if I could just, I don't want to delete that sensor, but it looks like I have to. There. So this catches the welder. And then when we release the welder, 1, 2, okay, good. Now from here, what the hell do we do? I could put a block on the side of it like this, and then over here. And there might be a way to do like a copy-paste kind of thing. I don't know. So this should rotate it. Oh, but the tail's too long, isn't it? So it won't reach it. How about now? I don't think that... Okay, that welded this full thing. That's good. From here, we now want to send it one block forwards to this way. So where are you right now? It's right here. One block this way, two that way. Will that work? Well, no, this pole's going to be in the way, ain't it? But is that about where I want it? Kind of. Now this pole is in the way, so get rid of it. And then can we support it from the bottom instead? Potentially. Like that? Okay, so that's trying to rotate it again, but it won't do it because it's stuck in place. Now I think we want to drag it to the left. Oh, but I can't drag it to the left because it's stuck on this piece now. But I could bring it down one more and then over if I support this from underneath, maybe? Oh, but then that's going to block a spot I want to get it at. I don't think I can have this piece here because I don't know how I can support it. Huh. Because any way I can support this piece gets in my way. Like this. So that, I mean, that makes the weld I wanted, right? But then these two blocks are in the way, you know? I wonder if I'd be able to now line... Yeah, I can't put things in this... I can't put things in the middle section here at all. Because if I put anything in the middle, then it's going to need support, and the support is going to cover something important. So... We need to do this entirely holding this thing from the edges, or go back to the idea I had that we just fuck around with these things directly. But then the problem with that was, of course, that that led to welding the belts to stuff, which was not what we wanted. So we could try doing that very carefully. Or I could keep trying with this weird T-pose thing. I like the T-pose. I think this is a really good idea. Oh, those aren't supported. So that lets that through. What if I just like do it without even turning it at all? And I just try to get the two sides done, right? So that'd be something like this. Skip 3 in the middle. And then that needs a support as well. And then get rid of these. Oh, not that one though. It does, it absolutely. It's a real power move just to have the T-pose to begin with, you know? This needs to be one block further over, I think. Because yeah, that's missing. So what I'm trying to do right now is just get it to weld both thrusters on. Or weld the thrusters together. That's the goal. Ah, so I should extend this belt, perhaps. So that welds the thrusters on. Just this little loop. I think that'll loop it around forever. Okay, that's something. So, for the sake of argument, and I'm not going to do this, because this defeats the point, but would this work? No, because that's going to weld the tube to the sensor, isn't it? I'll get rid of that. Do you think that there's some kind of way we could have the cubes weld themselves while this thing's in neutral, and like the cubes come through under it, and then no, because then the ship would have to move through the cube line unless I send them on the back. Okay, hear me out. This is insanity. But what if we get rid of all this work, and then I have it so that the cubes will come in and weld themselves into 3 long bars on the welder while it's not moving, and then we start the welder moving and then move it over the ship. Does that make any sense? Would that work? Would that be easier? Let me go to the bathroom. I need to think about this. You're good. You've not played this game ever. Here's what I'm thinking. I think that we tear down all this shit again, and what I'm going to do is have the welder off by itself in like a neutral. You remember what we did for the previous level that we did, where I had the welder sit still and pass things by it, and then I started the welder moving, right? So what if I have the welder off to the side in like this little room right here? We catch the car right next to it. We pass the pipes through the welder. And then we send the pipes into place. Then once the pipes are in place, then we start the welder moving, and all it has to do is move over the top of the spaceship. Let's extend this little spot slightly. More like here, maybe. Get rid of these. So, if this is the spaceship, there's the spaceship. Here and here are where the thrusters need to go. So if I build the welder here, and we move it just back and forth, then it will weld exactly what we want it to. I'm still going to go with the T-pose, because that was cool. Actually, I might be able to do it with this. So we come this way. Now I think it needs to be 2. And then put it on a block on this side. Well, no, it can't start on the block though. Because of course it can't, right? We'll make it 1 taller and then drop it into place. There we go. Get rid of all those. Oh, and then this isn't supported, so there's that as well. We can support that there. To connect that like that. What does this do just on its own? Nothing. What if I get rid of the corners? Then it falls. Okay, good. What about like that? Oh, hang on. No, I'm stupid. Do this at the back. And then we can put that there. So it's like a hunched forward T-pose. And then get rid of this one. And get rid of this one. Okay, so I think this works. Because we can have a piston here. So when this piston activates, it'll... So, okay, so right here, we see that the welder is going to go across the two... It'll weld those thruster arms on. And we can just kick it with this piston to activate it, and it'll do the loop, and it's all supported. Okay, now, so bearing in mind as well that right here is where the welder is actually going to be. See, so it's going to end up right there. We need to pass those pipes underneath it and weld them together. We can do that with 3, 4, 5, and drop. And then this is the same system that you've been seeing me make, where we're just going to set it up so that after 6 pipes here, it locks off the pipe and we don't get any more pipes until I want more. So there's a block, there's a piston, there's the other piston, there's the floor. This wire signal should activate. I'm trying to do this really space efficient, but it's a little bit cramped. Let's see. This piston back here is the one that should stay on. So we can hook it up like this. And then around the back here. There, that should work. And then lock that up. And then this piston. So when... Yeah, so I've decided I'm doing a slightly... you hate to say it, a different approach. I've still got the T-pose welder, but the plan I want to do is get the pipes from here, assemble the pipes here, and then cart them to where they need to go, and then bring the welder in and just do this. Because I was having trouble getting all the turns in place where they needed to go. It was too wide, and I couldn't get it to turn. So I'm going with a hybrid strategy. This is similar to what we did with the previous one I just solved, where the welder sits in place for a while, and then I activate it, and I kick it onto the track, and then it moves along this little track. So I think we're going to try this. For some reason, I'm forgetting how to make this thing, though. When this activates, we need to activate this piston. Yeah, it's a hybrid printer strats, because up here, this will work great. So I'm doing hybrid printer strats. I need more room. I was trying to scrunch everything into these little boxes, but that ain't gonna work. We'll just build it here like we always do. I think the printer concept is really good. I think the particular execution of it that I did was perhaps not the best, and I think relying on it too heavily is not the best. Ooh, I could put it up here. This would be sick. On this little secret loft. Nice. Get rid of this. So, and then we want a sensor here. Get rid of that. So, those are welders. There. So, link those up. And then this wire comes around back here and should activate this piston, I think. And then this needs to go here. Move that over. Get rid of that. Move that there. Get that. Yeah, I mean it's you hate to see it, but I think we really do need to we do need to spin 2 of these welders for the sake of for the sake of this stupid flip-flop. There. So we've got our six parts. Now we can ferry them around to here. So these 2 blocks here represent where the welders are going to be. So that's the idea there. Put it. Come through here. Yeah, the maxing and minning the input speeds doesn't matter since I put the piston in the way anyway, right? Now, one thing I need to do is spin these pipes around, and it is tricky to rotate a piece by itself. See, they'll gum up the works, right? So I need to like add a wibble wobble here to keep them from all getting in each other's way like that. Not sure if this will do it, but it might, so, you know. Does that hold up any better? There. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking you put them on the rotation thing, right? And then, okay, that's too low. It needs to be here. But that's too high. It needs to actually be here. You put them on the rotato. Right, and it needs something to kick it off immediately, right? So that could be... So this doesn't work because it'll hit the piston and not be able to turn. But if I do like you were saying and do a double piston, I don't have room for it. Hang on. Let's make a little bit of room here. Throw a sensor there. And then, so piston in the front needs to be connected to there, and there is where we want the pistons. There should be a wire here, and then up and over roots to there. And then we support the whole shebang with one of these guys. Wow, that was the welder. So that pushes him out. So that works, but I've got the pieces coming through too quickly for it to handle. But it flipped that first one, so that was good. Whoop. So I just need to regulate the flow better, which I should be able to do because I'm the one controlling the flow to begin with, right? So can I just put like bigger gaps in this, or do I have to like figure some shit out? Like if I do like this. Because if I have to actually figure this out, I will, but does the stupid solution work? Yeah, that would help for sure. I don't want to split mine because I've only got the one welder. 2, 3, 4, 5. So then this one needs to be the sensor. And I can add wibble wobble to this if we need it, I think. But does just doing that much, does this delay it enough? I feel like that didn't give me the right number of pieces. 1, 2, 3. Well, it ain't working anyway, so. Why did that gave me like 7 pieces? I guess that doesn't really matter though. Does that help? Yeah, I guess I could do that. That's true, and just do them all. Just do them all right away, huh? Yeah, let's do that. That's a really good. That's a great call. Let's do that. So, remove all this crap. Remove that. This one stays there because it needs to. We'll handle you separately. And then all the rest of you guys, let's move down to, let's move this to here. Well, I guess I can't do it against the wall, can I? So let's put that here. Sensor there. Get rid of that. And then swap the polarity of all this. 3, 4... One, two. Yeah, it would be neat. Let's see. So there's 1. So 2, 3, 4. So we said 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then pistons 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we add the belts back in. Yeah, we could also just throw them in the void. That'd be fine. Extra block. Oh, that's fine. Extra blocks come through, but I think we're getting the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're good. So now each one of these needs their own little rotating setup thingy. This guy's gonna be a problem because he's kind of in the way. This one will work for this guy. How much delay do I actually need to just reuse that same one? Like, how much wibble wobble do I need? Because that's not going to work. So if you go right and then up and then... That's not enough time, right? Yeah, that's not going to be enough. So what about that? That didn't actually delay it very much. I guess it did? Did those both come out turned? They did both come out turned. Okay. So, is adding that much going to work every time? Or is that not good enough? Oh, no, because then that doesn't... This one needs to loop back to here and send it through all this crap, too. We won't get in the way of the welder line, so that's okay. That's a little bit too much delay. I don't know that we need that much. That should work. Yeah, another reason I have to delay the pieces is because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we're getting there. Now that I've got this set up, I can keep sending each one through the other pieces. Delay setups. So this will take ages, but this should work. They should all come out rotated now. No, the last ones still don't. Why are those not... Oh, is it because of these guys? Are they in the way? There's a rotate. 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 Alright, so they all rotate. That's awesome. Is there room behind this? There is. Okay, good. We might need that. Now that they're all rotated, we can pass them under this welder in such a way as to make teams of 3. Oh, let's get rid of these now. So 1, 2, 3, and it's off. 1, 2, 3, and it's off. Now we are right on top of this. Can I just put one of these here? Does that work? Well, I mean, that guy's going to be in the way, but let's go ahead and disassemble this now. This was my mock spaceship. Okay, it does work, but it's rotating the wrong way, so swap that for the other one. Okay, good. And then this one, which takes priority? Is it the rotator or the probably the belt, right? So, oh, but we can fix that with a sensor or something. Wait, no, that still works. Look at that. That worked. Wow. So that one ignores the belt and just rotates. And then this one follows the belt. So now we can bring it back here. And this is what I was checking if there's room behind the spaceship. Now we do need to rotate it. Will it rotate here? Here it comes. Okay, it did rotate, so we're good there. Now we bring it... Oh, there's wires in the way, though. Let's bring that out one more. And then this, and then just in case, we'll put one on this side. Oh! Me playing this game, you are guaranteed spaghetti. Like, no question about it. I can't not make spaghetti. That's why I was worried that the about these maps in particular is because there's not as much room to spaghetti. Yeah, the priority in this game is a little bit strange at times, where it's like this belt, like you're always going to move north before you move south, or you're always in a belt before you rotate, or like blocks placed further this side. I don't quite get how the priority works. I was just kind of have to send it and see what happens. So that one's going to go around there, loop around, come up here, and activate that, and then get in here. So now this guy can come up here and through here, and we want to activate this piston, which will kick the welder into action. There they go. It absolutely is. The gating off pieces spaghetti meta goes pretty hard. Then the welder moves around. We will have... So that's all good there. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And then, so the welder activates. This is now done. Now I need to have it so that when the welder returns home, which is going to be like here, this piece, let's line that up, should free the spaceship. But I don't want to block the... Oh no, put that back. Give her that. Through here. Up and over roots. This T flip-flop is responsible for freeing the spaceship. So we do this. Now the problem is that the welder does one lap too early, so it's going to let a second spaceship through, which we don't want. So I just need to rebuild the welder so it doesn't do that. Which is actually a little bit easier said than done. Because I can put the power wire there, move that over one. Okay, maybe it was easier done than said, because that wasn't too bad. Bring this down to here, and then put the welders on. Why did it just fall? Oh, because I put the welders one block too low. There. I think this works. No, it won't work because the pipe is not going to reset. But let's check if the spaceship resets. And then there goes that one. There goes the other thruster. Now that welds the thrusters on. Lets the spaceship out. New spaceship comes in. That spaceship hits the goal. Why does it not like mine? Are they on like the wrong way around? Is that a thing? Is one backwards or are both backwards? I think both are backwards. That's an easy fix. We just swap the direction of this thruster, or this rotator. I think it was both. Let's check. So that one's got That one has the hole out the back now, so that's what we want. How about this one? This one also has the hole out the back now. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. There's a little pro tip for you when you play this level. Don't put the thrusters on backwards. Okay, we got it. So now we just need to hook the reset wire, which is this one. Roop. 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 To this thing. And that will re-allow the pipe pieces in. That's right, yeah. When you build a spaceship, make sure you put the thrusters the right way around. There goes the thing. I've always wanted to be like a mad scientist, you know? And this game really makes me feel like a mad scientist. That's been a lifelong dream of mine. So, I'm really happy to finally actualize it. Let's just like stand here. Let's watch Spaghetti Factory. Okay, that one didn't work. What's wrong with this one? Why did it stop working after like 4? Why did we just made a thruster? Oh, is that because this thing is leaking extra blocks? Is that why? Did we leaked too many? Because that's a problem if it's this thing. But yeah, so this thing like leaks blocks. Ooh, what if? What if I just have a lot of extra blocks? Maybe that'll work. Because I think specifically this one would cause the issue. But then this way, guaranteed only 6 actually come through. So I actually want more extra blocks, I think. And then that just means on the very first cycle, it takes 1 extra cycle to like charge up. I really enjoy having the printer head with the welders on it. Just whoop, whoop, it just, oh god damn it! Why are you doing that? I know there should be a block there. Why are you doing that though? Because that one didn't. I don't think that was this, was it? Because every time this is the same. So here is one set. Is something not resetting properly? I like this one a lot. Let's see. So there's now blocks in each of these little slots. How is the beam? Oh, you know what it is? This beam comes in. I love the 3D printer strat. That's just zoop, zoop. It's great. Like I was saying, like the other one was like the model train strat. This is like the 3D printer strat. Is the problem that that bar is coming in before the spaceship is in place? And so it overshoots its mark and gets pushed in by the other bar? Yeah, the printer, that was the problem I was running into too. It was easier to rotate the bars and then put them in place than to have to rotate the printer. Why is there not another ship coming? Have I run out of ships? What's going on? Why am I out? So I see what the problem is that because we've run out of ships for some reason, and one doesn't spawn. Oh, you know why they're not spawning? Is the junk, there's too much junk in the trunk here. So if I put an eviscerator there, yeah, something's stuck in the start thing. You're exactly right. Yeah. So that was the junk. But we can add an extra set of grinders, and those will destroy the junk, and then it doesn't block them. Because every time out of the way. The back piece of the thruster. This one doesn't get destroyed by the eviscerator. It's falling onto the tread and then going into this little hole. So the first one would fall in the little hole. The second one would stand right here, and then the third one would back up onto the conveyor belt. But adding the extra eviscerator just destroys that too, and then we're all set. So this probably wasn't necessary, but we're gonna do it anyway. Just to make my score ever so slightly worse. Alright, let's enjoy 3D printer Spaghetti Town. I really like that. That is so fun. Just whoop, whoop. What do you think my score is going to be like? You think I'm going to get a good score for this one? Exactly, yeah. I think so too. I'm going to get the highest score. I'm going to get the most points. I really like that I have to send this one all the way around. Yep. This is actually peak gameplay. This is you can't do better than this. There's going to be speedrunners for this game watching me do this right now. They're like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that? Should have used the 3D printer. I love this. Like I said, it makes me feel like a mad scientist. We did it! And look, I beat all my friends on this level. Me neither. I thought minimum welders was gonna be fucking dumb as shit. And just be really boring. I got the best score out of everyone on my friends list for this one. Pretty proud of myself. Oh man. Yeah, no, it is. It's you can absolutely tell it's not, the game does not want you playing like this, but it does allow you to. And that is fantastic. So on 4-1, 2 welders. Let's go. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This exclusively creates spaghetti hell factories. I guess we don't need to watch this again, but I love this a lot. The using the pistons to gate off parts, that was such a good call on your front. Yeah, I like how it's like, hey, this is all one piece, and then that comes in. Now this is all one, so you know what you're looking at. It's really nice. The game offers a lot of convenient stuff. I think the main reason it doesn't have things like multicolored wiring is because you're never meant to use this much wiring. Like, you're really not supposed to do this. Oh man. But yeah, so your thought there with the piston gates to like gate stuff off until it's ready, that was a great call. That's a really good. That makes it a lot easier than just trying to juggle things as they come in. Although it was very funny to just chuck everything into the void that I didn't want and just stack up a shit ton of blocks. Oh man, I'm happy with this. This is great. Oh look, we had all this space up here too I could have used. That's right. We're minimizing welders at the cost of maximizing literally every other stat. But that's okay. Oh man. Like I said, if you do try any min welders, I mean, feel free. Yeah, that's exactly it. The welders, each one of these is like $1 billion a piece. But these conveyor belts are like, yeah, they're $1, you know, who cares? So, you really got to minimize specifically these guys. Let me make a note here as well. If you do min welders, like, absolutely feel free. Don't tell me any like solutions if you get to levels before I do, because I'm probably not playing this again until next week. But you do feel free to tell me, like, I managed to, the minimum I got on this level was 2, or like I got minimum 3, that kind of thing, because then I know what to shoot for. I think that's going to be it for today. I would start the next one. Ooh, okay, actually, this is good. We can end on looking at this thing. This is the opposite of the piston. I was telling you about this earlier. So this one starts out by default, and then when you power it, it turns in. So this one's also pretty useful for making gates. But at the same time, we've pretty much figured out how to make gates with the pistons already, so it's mostly just a convenience thing. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. Optimized 2 levels, and if I start on the next one, I'm going to be thinking about it all night. I want to be able to sleep tonight, so we're going to wait on it. Thanks so much for coming by. I'll continue this nonsense. Yeah, it's really nice, but it's not necessary, but it's super convenient. I'll continue this nonsense next week on Tuesday, probably, so look forward to that. Take it easy.